I now want to look at how many different ways we can take n units and put them into R groups. So instead of just selecting some, we want to put them into different groups. Well, this has a notation similar to combination. We have a total of n. We'll say we're going to put n1 into our first group, n2 into our second group, all the way up to nr into our rth group. This is actually n factorial divided by n1 factorial, n2 factorial, all the way up to nr factorial. So let's look at some examples of this. So the clock rate of a CPU chip refers to the frequency, measured in megahertz, at which it functions reliably. And CPU manufacturers typically categorize CPUs according to their clock rate and charge more for CPUs that operate at a higher clock rate. So in our example, we have a chip manufacturing facility that will test and categorize each of the next 10 CPUs into 4 clock rate categories. And these categories are denoted by A, B, C, and D. So how many outcomes of this binning process are there? Well, if we think through, the first chip could go into one of 4 bins. The second one could go into one of 4 bins. The third one can go into one of 4 bins, etc., all the way up to the last one. So there are 4 to the 10th possible outcomes for this process. I now want to know how many of the outcomes have 3 CPUs classified as A, 2 classified as B, 2 classified as C, and 3 classified as D. So here we have 10 chips, and we're going to organize them into several categories. The first one should have 3, the second one 2, the third one 2, and the fourth one 3. So this is 10 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorial times 3 factorial.